Welcome to the Urban Assembly Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. The presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at strivescan.com/urbanassembly. And now I'd like to turn it over to our presenters. And first up is Rochester Institute of Technology.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Michael. I'm an undergraduate admissions counselor at RIT, just getting the clock going. I put some links as well as my contact information in the chat. So if you do think of anything beyond this, certainly feel free to reach out, but let's get going. So we're actually one of the largest private universities in the country. People are coming from all 50 states, all walks of life, more than 90 different countries. This large size and scope means that there's a ton of different opportunities for you to interact, collaborate, but also engage with people who are coming from literally all over the globe, but who are studying any number of different things. Despite this, though, I want to stress that education is very small and personal. Student-faculty ratio is 13:1, average class size is 22 students. We're not one of those schools with enormous lecture halls, you get lost in the crowd. Your professors are going to know your name just as well as you know theirs, and you're working alongside them in the same labs and facilities, same kinds of projects. You're really going to view them much more as colleagues. Now, certainly tech is the big draw. Maybe you're here for computing and engineering, but we have 9 different colleges that cover everything under the sun. There's more than 90 different degree programs, 100 different minors, so many outstanding opportunities for you to do interdisciplinary collaborative work with people, again, who are studying all sorts of different things, but also discover new interests and even customize your own degree. We even have accelerated graduate degrees. So if you wanted to take it a step further, get your master's degrees in 5 years rather than the traditional 6, you can do that as well. Now, at this point in your life, it feels that you've been staring at screens for your entire life. So if you think of nothing else with RIT, think co-op, hands-on experiential learning programs. Built into your academic program, you actually have the opportunity to work a full-time paid job that is directly related to your major. We're partnering with more than 3,400 different companies worldwide. But the idea is when you graduate, not only do you have a diploma, but you also have a resume full of real world experience, professional contacts, you have some money in your pocket. You're going to know what you want to do, but also how to do it. So that when you do leave RIT, you're just ready to hit the ground running, and they're not going to have to train you in the lab because you've done it all before. This kind of experience results in amazing outcome rates. 94% of our students are going on to grad school or are hired within their field within 6 months of finishing their program. I put a link in the chat, majors, check it out. Every program is its own page with its own average starting salary, outcome rate, full program curriculum, all the information you could wish for, and also faculty contacts. So if you want to know the real nitty gritty of the program, hear directly from the professors, write them because they'd love to talk to you as well. With such a large community, we have a very vibrant campus life. There's over 300 different clubs, hundreds of events that are happening annually. We do have Greek life as well, but it's not a big deal on campus and it is very community service oriented. In terms of just diversity and inclusion, certainly higher education can do better, and we are committed to improving at RIT, but we're also very welcoming. And as I said, collaborative community that is very diverse. And we are just bringing in people from all over the world. And it's never a place where you should feel as though you don't have support. You don't have someone to turn to, you have your colleagues and your peers. So there's the Multicultural Center for Academic Success. There are fraternities, sororities, pre-professional organizations of all stripes, just a billion different clubs, and again, ways to just reach out and find your people, your home, and your community, because we really do have everyone at RIT. In terms of clubs and recreational sports, things like that, we are Division III for everything except for hockey. That is Division I, both men's and women's. But education and extracurricular stuff is really not going to limit you in any sense of the word, because we want to empower our students at RIT. So if you want to go out there and explore something, be it academically or just for fun, we want to give you the guidance, the resources, and opportunities to just go out there and pursue it. Performing arts, believe it or not, are actually a big deal at RIT. We don't have any majors, but there's about 40 different minors, more than 24 different theater, dance, music, and other performing arts organizations. We even have a performing arts scholarship. So if you'd like to continue your passion for the performing arts and do so at RIT, we'd love to give some money for it as well. It even has a stipend so that you can enjoy performing arts in the city of Rochester or wherever you are during your time at RIT. When you do apply, you'd be applying maybe specifically to a major, but I want to say that at your age, literally impossible to know what you're going to do for the rest of your life. So every one of our colleges has an exploration option. And these are one-year programs that you could apply to where you get to taste, sample, and explore every other major within a particular college. You talk to students, professors, professionals, you figure out which one's the best fit for you, and then you can declare your second year. No harm, no foul, no time is lost whatsoever. University exploration, this would be if your interest went over 2 different colleges, but it's the same idea. When you do apply, you're automatically considered for merit-based scholarships. This is based on your academics as well as your extracurricular activities. The Performing Arts Scholarship just has a short audition that goes along with it. For need-based aid, we are need blind, so your ability to pay for college does not affect our decision, but we just need the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid. And remember too that your program will have co-op built into it. So our students are averaging $10,000 earned per semester while they're out there on co-op. The money is yours to keep and does not affect financial aid. That is it for me and RIT in a nutshell. Again, just some links. We have a one-stop shop, rit.edu/visit. You can visit the campus. You can do so virtually, the res halls. You can talk to students live. We have an event coming up on May 2nd called Introducing RIT. It's like a virtual open house. Again, live Q&A with faculty and staff. If any of you did like what you hear, you could certainly register and feel free, as I said, to reach out to me at any time. All of these links in the chat, but thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Next up will be SUNY Maritime.
Hey everyone, how's everyone doing? I'm just going to pull up the presentation. Cool. So my name is Alex Ohalu. I am the Assistant Director of Admissions, EOP International Coordinator at SUNY Maritime College. We are located in the Bronx. We're a state institution of New York, located in Throgs Neck, so that's South Bronx. This is a picture of our campus. You can see our federal ships. The dormitories are located in the center of campus, so they're pretty much centralized to wherever you want to go, with the dining commons right smack in the center. We do have a beautiful field that has a outstanding view of the city skyline. So it's pretty cool when you're watching the games and you can see the city in the background. A little bit about our programs. We are the second smallest SUNY within the SUNY system. About 1,800 students, give or take, depending on the year. That basically means that every single class, for the most part, that you'll be in is a small class. So about 15-to-1 ratio for your student's teacher. And that basically means that by the end of your first week of whatever class you're in, that professor that you have will know you by your name. So to get that individual one-on-one with your professor is pretty cool, and it helps you really understand the material. We have 13 different nationally recognized programs, 5 of which are an ABET accredited engineering program, which is an accreditation that's given by the Engineering Commission. So it's really important when you are looking at engineering programs. We are a Division III school, which means that you're not getting a scholarship to play, but you do become part of a alumni network, as well as get to play on a competitive level. We have a bunch of different clubs and activities on campus, ones that we don't have that you want. You and I and other students and a faculty or staff member can create it. So a little bit about our academic programs. We offer 5 different engineering programs. They're all ABET accredited, which is really important when you're looking for engineering programs. And it's also a bachelor's of engineering. That is the highest level of engineering you can get at a bachelor's level. So those are kind of the 2 golden tickets when you're looking for careers in engineering. We also offer a bunch of different bachelor's of science programs, 3 business, 1 science, that has 2 different tracks, oceanography, meteorology, or marine bio. So that's the marine environmental science degree. And then we offer a humanities degree called maritime studies. And that is really about the history of the maritime industry. The 3 business degrees, international transportation trade, marine operations, and marine transportation, they really focus on the global market and e-commerce. So something that really deals heavily with the logistics and operations of the shipping industry. We do offer a fast track, so students that want to continue their education, they only need to complete an additional year and they can receive a Master's of Science with us. And we offer 2 different Masters of Sciences. We also offer an associate's degree, maritime technology, and that's really relatable to our business degrees, but it deals more so with small vessels. So we're considered a college of technology within the SUNY system, which basically means that 50% of what you do is hands-on work, and the other 50% is basically theory, right? So you can look at it as theory and practice, which is very similar to high school when you're thinking about when you sit down and take exams and whatnot. So lifestyle on campus, basically any different program, any academic program that we have, you can participate in the Regiment of Cadets. That is a structured lifestyle on campus, kind of follows a military-esque lifestyle, but it gives you structure to when you get up, They do room checks, and they do formation. So there's a lot of structure to the way you live on campus. You are also required to live on campus. Some students that do it do really find that the structure to it does help with their academics. But you have two different paths outside of that. So US Coast Guard license, it's not a military license. We are not a military school, but you do have an ability to get a commercial vessel license, and that's either deck or engine. And the deck license is really with navigation, and the engine license really allows you to work on the ship in the engine room. It's also a way that you can work on land for engineering-based jobs, if that's something that you're interested as well. And then the professional internship option, that's for our traditional college students that we call civilians. And that basically means that by the time you graduate, you need to have completed one or two internships before you've graduated. And for the most part, those are usually paid internships, and we have someone that helps you find them. But if you go back to your first year and proceeding into your senior year, every step of the way, we're working with our students to build up their resume and build up their experience. So by the time that they leave, they do get hired, not within a job, but more so in their career. So it's really important when you do look at colleges that you're looking to set up your career. So we do accept the SUNY or common application. For the fall of 21 class, the deadline is this Friday. And for the fall 22, early decision is a binding decision, and that's November 1st. And the regular decision is January 31st. So for engineering, we look for about a 90 GPA with at least pre-calculus for math, because the first math class you take with us is going to be calculus. And the Bachelor of Science, we look for about an 85. These grades that you see on the screen are a little bit higher because that's the average of the students that we've taken in the last year. We do offer an EOP program for those of you that aren't aware of what EOP is. It basically is a program that kind of sets the playing field even for students. So this is a chart that all SUNYs will follow, and the academic requirements are a little bit lowered, and it provides students with additional funding as well as their own counselor. But since my time is up, I will give you guys my contact information. You can feel free to reach out to me or if any questions you guys may have.
Great, thank you very much. Next up is Bronx Community College.
Hi, everyone. Let me just get my screen up. All right, welcome everyone. Thanks for joining today. My name is Erica Levy. I'm the Assistant Director of Recruitment over at Bronx Community College, which is part of the CUNY system, our city university system here in New York. Just to give you a little bit of background of our college, we are located in the Bronx, as our name says. We were established in 1957, and actually originally our campus is NYU's Uptown campus. This definitely makes it a very interesting place to study and one of the largest campuses in the CUNY system. So we are located on 45 acres of land and made up of a total of 34 buildings. So we really do have a full campus feel, and that was the first picture you saw was an aerial shot of our campus. And then a fun fact about our college is that we're actually one of the only colleges, community colleges in the US that's designated as a National Historic Landmark. Oops. Well, hold on, going ahead of myself here. So just to give you some facts and figures about our school, we're recently ranked one of the best community colleges in New York and also in the Northeast. And that's really a testament to our student services that we offer and the academic program. So we have a little bit over 10,000 students. We're a medium-sized college, but we do offer small class sizes with our faculty to student ratio at 19:1. You won't ever have a large lecture hall style class. All of our classroom sizes are small, really giving you the opportunity to make those connections with your professors that helps to just make you a more successful student. We're definitely a community college. About 77% of our students are Bronx residents. But since we've been here in COVID, we've been operating remotely, and many of our students are now coming from all over. So we see students from all 5 boroughs, from other cities, and also even internationally. And then about 55% of our students are first generation college students. I think this is always very important to point out because that means that we are here to support students that might not have someone at home to ask those important questions about going to college, whether it's how do you apply for financial aid, what kind of financial aid is available for you, and what kind of support services or advisement is available to you. So we have someone starting from the admissions point all the way through graduation that will really walk you through the college experience step by step. And then we have over 40 different academic programs. So there's really something for everyone. And our degrees are all associate degrees. So those are essentially 2-year programs. And they vary from Associates of Arts, Associates of Science, and Associates in Applied Science, which are some more hands-on technical degrees. And then here are just a list of some of our popular majors. This is certainly not all of them at all. I'll leave some links in the chat today to our other majors. And if there's any questions about anything, definitely let me know, but feel free to explore our website as well. I mentioned a little bit earlier about support services. This is one of the big perks about attending community college, is that you really get some hands-on support from all of our staff at the college, and it really varies. So the picture that you see here is our Access Resource Center, and what you're seeing is a food pantry. Students at BCC have access to this food pantry for free groceries for them and their family. They just need to make an appointment to pick those up at need. And this office also provides other services like emergency financial services or anything else that you might need. We also have a Learning Commons, which is our tutoring service that's available almost 24 hours a day and staffed with professional and peer tutors. We have athletics as well, which has sports for both men and women. And I'll leave a link on our page that kind of outlines all the possibilities there. And so much more. And I definitely encourage you to check this out on our website. Also, I don't want to forget career services, which starts out in your freshman year with helping you to identify some things that you might be interested in, and then providing workshops and opportunities for you to really perfect your resume and your interview skills, and also includes job fairs on campus. I want to talk to you about one of our biggest support programs and opportunity programs on campus called ASAP. Hopefully some of you have heard of it before. It's really a program designed to make sure that you graduate on time, which is in 2 years or 3 years maximum for your associate degree. At BCC, we're considered the flagship ASAP College of CUNY. So you do not need to apply for this program. We are looking at everybody that applies to BCC as potentially eligible. So if you are eligible, we'll review your application and we will let you know and invite you to an ASAP session to meet with an advisor and register with them. This program provides students free monthly Metro cards, textbook assistance. So these are vouchers to pay for your books, tuition waivers. So say you're not fully covered in financial aid for whatever reason, if you're an ASAP, they'll pick up the tab and pay for the rest of your tuition. A dedicated ASAP advisor that helps you to register for your classes each semester. You're also required to check in with them a couple times a month to make sure that you're doing well in your classes. And then opportunities to take classes with other ASAP students, which really gets you to making friends on campus, and just other enhanced career development services. And I'll share the eligibility requirements. They're all here for you to see. Like I said, we're looking at every applicant to see if you're eligible. So there's nothing you need to do on your end to be considered for ASAP. We will let you know. And then I really want to emphasize the value of BCC. I know a lot of students are thinking about getting their bachelor's degree when you think about applying to college, but that's still definitely something that we want you to keep in mind, even if you're considering BCC. This is really a starting off point and a great way to save a lot of money and get your first 2 years of college done. So this chart is just a little comparison about our tuition rates, which is about $5,000 per year, in comparison to some of our other schools that we see in the Bronx. So you can see that BCC is significantly lower than any other college in our area. And then just because you start at BCC, you can definitely finish anywhere. So our value and the cost of our tuition really allows you to kind of get a head start off. And about 9 in 10 of our students graduate completely debt-free with no student loans, which makes the options for your transfer that much broader, really giving you the opportunity to transfer wherever you'd like to. And about 73% of our students do transfer to a four-year college. And these are just some of our most popular colleges that we see our students transfer to. And I'll just point out that with many of them, we do have agreements that make the transfer process that much easier, especially with Lehman College, which is like our sister college in the Bronx. About 40% of our students transfer there every year. And we have something called a guaranteed admissions agreement with them that just guarantees that your credits will transfer over for most of their programs and that you will be accepted to Lehman College. So that's a great way to just know your four-year pathway as soon as you get started at BCC. And hopefully you're thinking about applying. It's a very easy process. You just need to use the CUNY application. In the CUNY application, you can apply to up to 6 different colleges. So if you're not sure about BCC yet, you can always just add this into your CUNY application with your other colleges. And then you just need to submit your official documents to the CUNY's application processing center. Or if you're only applying to BCC, you can send them to us directly. And that's pretty much it. You want to just make sure you're staying on track of your application once you do submit and checking your email daily. We're going to stay in touch with you about important updates, deadlines, and reminders. And you can check this all in your CUNY First account, which you are prompted to make once you submit your application. And then I just want to leave you, of course, with our contact information. If you do have follow-up questions after today, I definitely encourage you to get in touch with us. I will share some links in the chat about upcoming events that we have. We are hosting a bi-weekly event with our faculty called Zoom into Your Majors, which gives students an opportunity to take a look at all of the majors that we're offering. So we'll be showcasing a different program every other week, and it gives you an opportunity to talk with faculty, students, alum, and admissions staff. So that is all I have.
Excellent. Thank you very much. And up next is NPower.
I just want to let you know that you're actually muted and we cannot hear you at this time.
Oh, well, thank you. Hi, everybody. So again, my name is SUNY Maritime. I'm the recruiter and admissions manager for NPower. NPower, we're a nonprofit. Our main goal is to create pathways for young adults into the technology field. Our program is absolutely free, 100% free. And it would be ideal for those students or young adults interested in the technology field, students that want to go to college, but maybe not necessarily right now, later on. So NPower, we are nationwide, originated here in New York City in 2002. And we started with 10 students in Manhattan, and now we're nationwide with over 600 students across the state. Our population is young adults between the ages of 18 to 25 and U.S. military veterans. We offer 4 different programs, all in the tech field. The main one that we will speak about today and the one that I recruit for is the tech fundamentals. All students must successfully complete tech fundamentals before qualifying for our additional programs, which are cybersecurity, cloud computing, and coding. As of right now, the only program we do not have in New York City is coding. It's only available in Texas. So the program NPower, overall, we have an 80% success rate. So 8 out of 10 students graduate our program and also end up finding employment in the technology field after successfully completing the program. When students complete the program, what kind of jobs would they be able to find in the field? We offer different options. All will be entry-level positions in the tech field, such as desktop support, IT support analyst, PC technician, network administrator, and many more. All the salaries for these entry positions, depending also on the companies, range from $45,000 and up. Every cycle, one of my favorite things about working for NPower is that every cycle, we have 2 cycles per year, and every cycle, there's so many success stories with our students, and I love it. And a lot of our students don't have a college degree, or have some college, or they don't have anything, and they find amazing jobs after completing the program. So how does the program work, or what does it consist of? It is 6 months long, as I mentioned. It is completely free. We do not look at our students' SAT scores or our GPA or any of that. We do it twice a year in the winter, the fall, and the spring. Um, it's 6 months, and it's divided into parts. So the first part, which is the first 4 months, students will be required to attend classes. Right now, the classes are all virtual because of the pandemic. Classes are Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Once the time session is selected, it is fixed and permanent, so students must be able to work their schedule around that. While attending classes, not only will they learn the fundamentals of IT, so everything about hardware, software, networking, troubleshooting, how to break apart a computer and put it back together, but we also give our students professional development, so we help you with your resume, your interview skills, how to negotiate pay, or how to send professional emails. During the first 4 months, we also prepare students to take their certification so they get certified. We cover for the exam fees for 2 certifications, the ITF Plus, which has the equivalent value of a high school diploma in the tech field, and the CompTIA A Plus, which holds the equivalent value of a 2-year college degree. So we pay for both certification exams. We test our students. Then another thing that we do we used to do, or we might integrate it back to cycle, but it would be a site visits where we would have go visit some corporate locations like Google headquarters in New York City, so students can network and see how it is to work in a professional work environment. We also have guest lecturers that work in the tech field already to come speak for students and provide them with mentorship. Then finally, the second phase of the program, which is the last 2 months of the 6 months, would be the exposure and experience, where students will have the opportunity to be placed at a paid internship, be given a direct hire opportunity. So if they're interested in working, we can set them up with an interview, one of our partners, and get the ball rolling for them to start working, or give them project-based work, which would be 6 to 10 weeks, where they get compensated and they can put into experience everything they've learned while attending the classes. Staff support, we do offer a well-rounded support system for our students in the program, which is one of the many reasons why we have such a high success rate for graduation and job placement. We have our social support manager who's in charge of providing resources and referrals for students, such as like food, if they need professional clothing, we help them with that, setting up for health insurance or health resources. We try to provide them with as much help as we can. We have our internship placement manager who's in charge of getting to know the students and their interests, and based off of that, provide them with the right opportunities for them. So for example, if a student wants to work in IT, but they love the educational field or the finance field, we will try to accommodate the students as best as we can. We have the career placement manager who's in charge of finding job opportunities for our students, and the alumni engagement manager. So after the students are done with NPower, as long as they leave and finish in good standing, they can always come back for resources and attend our social events. So if a student ever wants to come back to maybe attend one of our advanced programs, cybersecurity, or they want help with their resume or something like that, they can always come back to us. This is a list of the partners that we currently work for. However, it's constantly changing, or constantly acquiring more partners. Our partners range from Bank of America, Columbia University, Time Warner, New York Times, CBS, Pfizer, Oracle, the Tiger King Foundation, and many more. And again, it's constant. We work with big corporate names, small organizations. We also work with some nonprofits and hospitals here in New York City. Course overview. So this would be the overview of what students will be learning in a program. So hardware and software installation and troubleshooting, configuring the client operating systems, identity access management, network administration, cloud computing, IT service management, and a little bit of coding and scripting with Python. And again, this is all to prepare students to pass their CompTIA certification exam. Eligibility. Actually, before we jump into eligibility, and something new that we're incorporating this cycle is we have partnered up with CUNY. So if students successfully complete tech fundamentals, they can earn up to 6 college credits that they can transfer over to any college, particularly CUNY school, which is pretty neat. It's something that we just started for this new upcoming cohort. So students will have the option of transferring, keep those credits, college credits. So
Lainey,
eligibility.
we do need to wrap up shortly. So if you could conclude your presentation, that would be
Yeah.
great.
Thank you, Matt. Eligibility must be between 18 to 25 years old, have their high school diploma minimum, and be able to legally work in the United States. And to apply, it's very simple. Submit an application at www.empower.org/for-apply. We are doing a study with the University of Notre Dame, a third party, to see how effective the program is. We're trying to acquire more funding, so we're asking for volunteers to be part of the study. On the application process, we'll give you more details about that. If you decide to volunteer, you'll get a $2 Amazon gift card. Then once you submit your application, you will be entering a lottery, and from there, we'll contact you and schedule you for a virtual interview. We have 2 locations in Brooklyn and Harlem, but again, right now everything is virtual, so you can choose whichever. And that's it. Thank you so much.
Great, thank you very much. Next up is the College of Mount St. Vincent.
Perfect. Thank you. Welcome everyone to the College of Mount St. Vincent. My name is Andrew Creel. I'm an Associate Director for Admission here at CMSV and also an alum of the college. I graduated from here in the class of 2018, and it was truly the right place on the river for me, and I hope it is for all of you watching today. At Mount St. Vincent, we have a motto called All Dreams Welcome, and literally any dream you may have about college or anything after college can be found here at Mount St. Vincent. From students who want to pursue nursing, communication, business, any dream that is here, we have the opportunity and the services and the resources for you to succeed. A couple things to get out the way initially. Tuition to attend CMSV is around $39,500. And if you wanted to dorm on campus, it would be another $12,000. When you put that math together, you're around $52,000. But don't worry, we give out tons of merit-based scholarships, and also a lot of our students get up to $8,000 on their financial aid. That total tuition cost usually comes down, and usually students pay around $6,000 to $12,000 per year to attend CMSV. That's our FAFSA code 0002703, and our TAP code, which is the Tuition Assistance Program within New York State, is 0130. Okay. Next one, our merit-based scholarships, which I was talking about a little bit earlier. It ranges from around $15,000 all the way up to $27,000. Now, this is awarded to students who do a great job in high school. We're looking at your high school scores from freshman year all the way up to your junior year. We recalculate your GPA, and if you fall along a certain line or two, we can award you your scholarship. 100% of our incoming students receive a merit-based scholarship. So whether you may have a 74 GPA or a 94 GPA, you will be receiving some type of merit-based award from CMSV. Our premier scholarships on the right-hand side, we have 4 premier scholarships. Seton are for students who do tons of community service, whether in their school, community, or church. The Fonto Writing Award is for any student who wants to pursue a career in writing. For Dorco 56 Scholarship is from an alumni for any students who want to pursue a career in biology, chemistry. And our last one is the Aquino Award for students of high Filipino descent that do a great job throughout high school. All those scholarships require interviews, and there's also an interview process within the admission cycle as well. A couple fast facts. While you're looking at this screen, pick one fast fact and just keep a mental note or write it down. So after this fair, you could talk with your parents or your siblings or your guidance counselors and talk about something that you saw on the screen from Mount St. Vincent. A couple things that stick out to me and made me want to come here was the 6th most diverse college in the nation. And when you think about all the schools in New York City or even New York alone, to be ranked a top 10 school is something that we pride ourselves on. We consider ourselves a melting pot here at CMSV. We get students from 28 different states, 7 different countries, a lot for athletic opportunities, but also because they want to experience a college campus in New York City. We're 12 miles from Midtown Manhattan, and also about 1,800 total students with an average class size of 20. So a couple of things to stick out there for us. Academics, a lot of our students who apply here to CMSV usually apply for these majors: nursing, biology, business, and psychology. So what I recommend is, if you're interested in one of those programs, reach out to us and we can set you up with a one-to-one in-person discussion with one of our faculty members, students, whatever it may be. Also, we offer joint degree programs. So if you're interested in that, that could be something that you could pursue. We have agreements with Columbia, NYU, and St. John's University. And also the good thing about our facility on campus, we have a 70-acre campus and we have tons of facilities here. So we have a business and trading lab, we have a TV studio that you see on the bottom right, we have a radio station, we have a Fish Laker Center for Public Policy. Literally whatever students want to do here on campus, they can and won't have to leave. And you see on the top right, we have our clinical spaces as well available for our nursing students. These are a bunch of the other majors that we offer. We offer over 50, so you can check out our website at mountstvincent.edu to see other majors as well. Our Mount Pathways, you've heard them earlier as well. We offer HEOP, which is a partnership between the college and New York State Education Department. Usually students got to fall within a financial requirement and also academic requirement. The Mount Access program is a homegrown program we created at CMSV. These are for students who have a little bit of low grades, whether it may be SAT or during high school. And this is another opportunity to get connected with other students just like you, along with a mentor on campus. And TRIO is another first generation low income support group on campus available to all students who apply and get tagged, marked as that student. Residential life, the cool thing that I thought about coming to CMSV was I could still be in the Bronx and still have a college life experience on campus. So I lived in all of these dorms. We're actually building a new one that you see right next to Residential Life. That's going to be Cortisone a Aquino Hall in memory of one of our alums and the first female president of the Philippines. They all are co-ed and available to all students on campus. And the good thing about them, they're all carded access. So a freshman can only go into a freshman building and so on for all the other students on campus. We have job opportunities such as resident assistants, and we also have licensed campus security personnel on staff from 12 midnight till 7 a.m. Outside the classroom, we have students who are involved in different student organizations. As you can see, we have tons available. And the good thing is if you don't see one there that you're interested in, you can start one with only 5 student signatures and 1 faculty rep. Another thing with internships, since we're only 12 miles, a lot of our students who come to CMSV also intern right there in Midtown Manhattan, Westchester, Yonkers, wherever it may be, ABC, Microsoft, and New York Presbyterian. Lastly, if you're interested in athletics, since we are a D3 school, the opportunity to both pursue your academic and athletic pursuit is available to you. We have 14 NCAA Division III athletic teams, basketball, baseball, soccer, and you can see right here on our campus, we have our own soccer and lacrosse field, our own weight room, and even our own gymnasium as well. Student life, like we said earlier, we host tons of different events, homecoming, FinFest, Springfest is like one of our biggest concerts of the year. In the past, we've had ASAP Ferg, Blau, and even DJ A-Track as well, and Wale 2 years ago. Wrapping up, statistics of our admission class. Usually we look for an 80 GPA and a 1050 SAT. And if you're interested in nursing, we're looking for an 85 GPA. You can apply on the Common App or our CMSV application as well. These are the deadlines. And if you have any questions at all, I recommend you follow us on Instagram at CMSV Admission. That's where you can connect with our students and myself as well. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And up next is Champlain College.
Excellent. Thank you so much, everyone. My name is Emily Rudolph. I am the Champlain College Admissions Counselor, and we're going to mix it up a little bit after all these wonderful presentations. We're actually going to leave the city and we're going up north to Burlington, Vermont, where our small private college is located. Students who come to Burlington, Vermont, Champlain specifically are really lucky that we have an international airport about 15 minutes from our main campus that does not fly direct to most places, but does fly direct to JFK, LaGuardia, and Newark Airport. So it's really, really easy to get from our campus home and back on a less than 40-minute flight, which is really awesome. So if you are a student who is interested in pursuing a higher education outside of the city and really want to find a tight-knit community in an area with some great outdoor space, Burlington, Vermont is a great spot for you. Vermont may be a very rural state overall, but Burlington is the most populated city in our state with quite a lot going on. And we are located right on Lake Champlain that runs from upstate New York up into Canada, smack dab in the middle of that area. That's our main campus right up on the screen. So it is a small campus. We have about 2,100 students overall in our undergraduate program, and our average class size is about 16 students. We have a really strong focus on getting our students prepared for their future careers. So we have broken our educational model down into 3 tiers to hit all of the skills you need to be successful after you graduate. We have our major-based courses that follow our upside-down curriculum, which means you are doing your major-based classes for all 4 years at Champlain. You dive right in your first semester and get 4 years to build the skills you need, make sure you're on the right path for yourself, and graduate with a highly marketable resume and network for your future industry. Our liberal arts program is called the core curriculum, where we teach students the skills needed to be successful in any industry. And then we have our insight program, which teaches students financial literacy and career positioning skills. So interviewing, networking skills, writing an awesome resume, and then understanding how to budget yourself under your average salary, understanding credit scores, all of that crazy stuff. We have quite a few different majors available at Champlain. This is not all of them, as we actually recently added 7 brand new majors to Champlain, but all of our majors fall under 4 different divisions. We have our Stiller School of Business. We started as a business school back in the 1800s and have grown since. We have our Communication and Creative Media, which is our arts programs, Education and Human Studies, and Information Technology and Sciences. So all of our majors fall underneath those 4 divisions. One other really important thing to note about some unique majors we have here at Champlain is our game studio program. So anybody who is interested in entering into the video game industry, we actually have several majors that you can take to get into that industry: game production management, game publishing, game art, design, sound art, game programming. So quite a few majors to enter the video game industry if that is something you're interested in. And again, all of these majors you get 4 full years of your major-based classes in. We also have a strong focus on internships to really reach our goal of getting our students ready for their future career. So all of our students do complete at least 1 internship while they're with us, but typically our students are completing 2 or more, and they're starting as early as their sophomore year. Students can complete internships at home during their summer break or when they're up here on campus with us as well. And there is a support system through our career collaborative team, where there is a coach per division that helps you find internships through a network that they have been building over many years. Through the industries that we have majors in. And that is a network and a team that is available to all of our alumni as well. So after you graduate, if you need support in your future career, you are always welcome to come to our career collaborative team. These are some examples of places our students have recently committed some internships. Some may stand out to you. A lot of these are local companies, but are globally known as well. So Burton Snowboard, 7th Generation, Ben & Jerry's, of course, Keurig Green Mountain Coffee, Magic Hat Brewery. So we have a lot of breweries up here. So for those who are interested in creative media or graphic design, there's a lot of jobs there for art. And then we also have the University of Vermont Medical Center, which is the largest medical center outside of Boston in New England. So there's a lot of opportunities there as well. We also are really passionate about study abroad. We have 2 international campuses. One is in Dublin, Ireland, the other in Montreal, Canada. But we do have students going through third parties as well. So our students are all over the world. New Zealand is our most popular third-party program. Our student body is super active. We have over 50 student clubs and organizations. We are not divisional for sports, but we do have intramural and recreational sports available for our students to join. Ski and Ride Club, of course, you're in Vermont. Skiing and snowboarding is really, really popular up here, whether it's something you're already passionate about or something you want to try. We have discounted passes for our students in transportation. We have the Shades of Me Club, which is a women of color affinity group whose purpose is to provide a safe and welcoming space for and intersectional space for female identifying individuals. Office of Diversity and Inclusion, the Soul Food Step Team, dance team. We have theater groups, a lot going on. And our students aren't stuck on just our campus. The downtown Burlington area really is an extension of our campus as well. So our students are seen all around, hanging out in the downtown area, eating at over 150 restaurants. So there's a really awesome food scene up here. We're really passionate about art and music as well. So we're always hosting concerts and events down at the waterfront. Little overview so you can see, again, we are right on Lake Champlain. So our students are down at the beaches, the parks. They're utilizing the sailing center to rent sailboats, take lessons, paddleboards, kayaks. And we have a bike path that leads to a lot of hiking trails as well, all within walking distance of our campus. And Church Street is the main downtown hub where you're going to find a lot of those shops and restaurants. Our first year students are living in 20 different Victorian era mansions that we bought up over the years as residential homes and have converted into first year residence halls. And then we have apartment style upperclassmen residence halls as well. And there's quite a lot of resources available to all of our students to help them be successful. Of the 88% of our 2019 graduates that were employed within 6 months after graduating, every single one of those students was working in a job related to their career goals. Financial aid is available to every single student is eligible for merit-based aid at Champlain College. And we look for the FAFSA as well for students who need need-based aid. And we have our Pathways Scholarship, which actually we have quite a lot of Urban Assembly students at our school in a community who came through our Pathways Scholarship for part of our CARES cohort. Upcoming events, we are just now opening starting May 10th for campus tours. You can go to champlain.edu/visit to register for one of those. And those who are looking to apply to Champlain, please reach out to me. I'll put my contact information in the chat as I am the one that will be working with you. And you can see our dates up on the screen, as well as the fact that we are test score optional for both SATs and ACTs. Thank you very much.
Great, thank you. And thank you to all of our presenters. We are just about out of time for this session. So I want to say thank you for joining us. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We do appreciate any feedback that you can provide. And you'll be able to find a recording of this session and all of the other sessions from this college fair in about a week at strivescan.com/urban assembly. So that concludes this session of the college fair, and thank you all for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.